on the Paint by Big Country Equipment. All right, first month of the new year, January. Welcome to another episode of That's Hard on the Paint by Big Country Equipment. We got the Weishuhn Brothers here with us today. Let's start from left to right. We got old Jakey, Marty, and Zach Weishuhn make up the Weishuhn Brothers Farm and Weishuhn Brothers Show Pigs. Guys, thanks for coming on. Y'all are awesome friends and great clients to have too, and we appreciate you all taking your time out to come hang out with us and film this podcast.
We're excited. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
it'd be something new for us for sure.
Yeah, when Harrison and I were kids, and I've already told y'all this before, but my dad would tell stories about an old rank freaking farmer cowboy named Daryl, and just so happened, 20 years something later, Harry and I moved to San Angelo, and I got to meet Daryl in person
juniors.
for myself.
Yeah. Juniors.
He has not diluted.
Yeah. I think
not in 69 years.
Yeah, I think my dad kind of undershot the character. So it was just awesome moving out here to Central West Texas, San Angelo, and learning about farming and ranch lifestyle. That the culture is out here, and I think a lot of people would agree with me when they say, the type of family y'all have is really unique, and what y'all do for a living is really unique. Just since Harrison and I've known y'all on the short 4 or 5 years, you got your hands on a little bit of everything, and y'all have no problem getting dirty and working your tails off. So I don't know. I'd like to kind of hear what it's like for all three of y'all working together. I mean, Harrison and I obviously grew up working together and still do, and we had our cussing matches earlier today.
On the regular.
Every day.
We had
every day.
We had a pretty good one this morning with us three.
Three little stooges over here.
It's a lot of fun getting to work together, but we work together and we play together. We actually live together.
We don't. And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're pretty much basically the Three Stooges, I guess. But you can catch us rolling up to Blaines and you'll see all three of us. But getting to work together has been a lot of fun, and wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about, brothers and how all that goes down. And we eat together. My girlfriend cooks for us. She brought us food to the field. They were in 2 different fields. Mm-hmm. I was in a different field. I mean, it's us. Us three. Proud of both of them. And, going back to where you started there, you just married into the Wilde family. That was a family that meant a lot to us coming in. I mean, that's why, how we ran into each other. I mean, y'all are both a little older. But,
yeah.
What's unique is y'all kind of have the similar but different passions. We all know he loves his farming.
Right.
For sure.
He's hard on the paint.
He is hard on the paint. hard on that wood paint. Yeah. And, but y'all have kind of twisted off a little bit different. Y'all.
We twist off often.
But who decided to do pigs? That was a group effort, but who decided to make that decision?
I want to say Marty, but I don't know for sure.
Man, I was just older. I mean, we all love it, and I guess I was older. Dad bought a cotton farm shed. We were young, and it had an old commercial farm on it. Mm-hmm. It was run down as hell, and we were able to start there. Ag teachers, actually, they leased it from us one year. They had 10 sows, and we helped them. They taught us a lot. And we learned, and the facilities are right there, need a lot of work. We'll work on it, fix them up, and we'll build our own deal, just kind of got into it. Love showing pigs. We showed cattle, sheep, everything. Probably did best in the pig. Well, definitely did best in the pigs.
So that's what drew you back to the pigs.
Well, yeah, and then it was right there. I mean, you had to start. We were very blessed. Dad, he's a great to us and gives us a lot of opportunities. He doesn't give it to us, but opportunities. So right. You gotta make the most of those. But that's how that started.
Was it FFA or 4-H or just community that really pushed y'all to the show industry? Or
yeah, I imagine Dad. I think he built a pig barn one year and showed up and said, "Here's pigs." And
I was gonna say we had older cousins that showed,
Yeah.
and even Dad and our uncles. I think they showed way
they all
back in the
show,
days.
yeah. I mean, when you're kids,
Jeez.
I've always thought about this, like, when you're trying to get a kid into it, and they're young, and they don't know that they want to do it. Just like, I mean, any kid, and that, I mean, he just brought pigs home. That's what they did. All species, whatever. He brought pigs home, and that's kind of what
kicked it off?
Yeah, and then you just grow a passion for it.
About what age were y'all when that happened?
He would have been
Third grade.
Jake
Nah,
would
you're
have
young.
the first year that you can show.
So Jake would have been 9, and me and Marty, obviously being little brothers in the
Like
barn,
6
watching Jake, being with the family and
3
whatnot.
maybe.
We started to enjoy it early
3?
just because we got to be
Maybe, I
around
don't know.
it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean
So y'all been raising pigs since then?
No.
You're
No,
just showing.
10 years now, I think.
Yeah, Dad
Well,
bought
senior
10
year.
years raising show pigs.
10
When you
years
start
raising
Raising them. Yeah.
Dad, started buying them. He's good friends with Rory Down
was
down
gonna
in
say
New
that.
Braunfels.
Mm-hmm.
That's another outlaw.
I was going to say, if you think Daryl's an outlaw, you
put
get
the two
Daryl
together,
and Rory
run.
down together, they're
Yeah.
nuts.
But no, he bought a lot from RD and brought them in. He started venturing around buying pigs. We did good.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough for us to like it and grow a big passion for it there. And then he bought that farm, and then we got into raising them. Now,
Yeah.
Might have been a big mistake, but
Now your family, hardcore German, obviously, Weishuhn.
German sausage, yeah.
And y'all came over. Y'all came over probably about the same time our family did, probably 1800s, late 1800s, early 1900s. So y'all started farming, and primarily it's cotton around this area. Have y'all ever ventured out other than the cotton, or?
Different kinds of stuff. I mean, wheat, milo, hay, whatever, basic stuff, I guess, around here. Did some different like NK 3000s. That milo that was about 8 foot tall. We ran 12-row planters, and it was 10 rows of milo, which was like some kind of crossbred stuff. We were kids when we did that. And on your outside boxes, that planter, we ran hay grazer, and they cross-pollinate it. So then we had to go in and like shred that hay grazer with like a little garden tractor and a 2-row shredder. I think we planted 300 acres of that. My neighbor Rod Bournes, he had a little shredding tractor.
New Holland
and we
tractor.
ran every.
Did he actually shred it all?
Yeah, shredded all that shit.
I was probably like 9 years old then.
Yeah, and it was like they paid a bunch for that stuff because it was an
Right?
experiment or whatever the hell they
You
were
say
doing.
3,000?
Yeah.
I think it's 300, but
No,
whatever the hell it was.
I don't know. It's just like the firefly.
When did you start riding a tractor and start actually plowing by yourself? And
About, I don't know, 13 maybe.
By yourself, probably. I seen a picture of
Yeah.
you the other day. You're sitting on Dad's lap in a diaper,
Yeah,
standing on
that
it.
red tractor.
I don't know if you were driving or if it was just for the
They're all
gram,
case.
probably. But
Yeah, that tractor was called Marty's tractor.
yeah, Dad had a tractor. Each one was named for us: Jake, Marty, and Zach.
Really?
The old case tractor is what we used to run.
Really?
Yeah.
What in the age difference between you boys is what?
10, I mean,
How old are you, Jake?
4, 2, and 2.
30,
Yeah.
30, 20,
You're 30.
Or
30.
4,
I'm
4 and 2.
25.
20.
Okay.
That's bad. I don't even know how old I am. My girlfriend, my birthday's coming up in like 4 days, and she's like,
Yeah.
"We're going out." I'm like, "Shit, I don't even know."
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know when my birthday.
We've had
is.
Marty working too. Already don't even know his
That's a
birthday's
good
coming
thing.
up.
Losing side of
I don't know.
25.
yeah.
Yeah.
It really started.
Losing
Barrel
side of
started.
25.
Yeah,
exactly.
you don't really care much for any of that stuff after a while.
Just
Yeah.
pigs and farming, man. It gets away from you after
That's
that.
about it.
It does. So to go back to your question, I guess the main deal you were looking for was sod farming.
Well, no, I wasn't, but now that we're in it. So, what kicked off sod farming?
Oh man. When we were in high school, Zach's buddy.
One of my best friends, Ryan Gully, him and his family, they've been doing it for a while. I guess they've probably been doing it,
8 years probably.
yeah, 6,
8
7, 8 years
yeah.
now. And when I was in high school, obviously we weren't quite as busy as we are now, so I spent a lot of time over there helping them on their sod farm.
So what it like from start? Because we've been around since y'all started that process.
Right.
You know, from some of the beginning stuff like when you needed rollers for the sod farm, or
Yeah.
when you need to buy a tractor for the sod farm, or
Or
whatever.
concrete and a propane tank.
I can tell you. I can tell you how that start
Yeah.
went down.
So and you've done it for like what, a year and a half, 2 years now?
This
Year
will
and
be, this will be our second
It'd
year.
be 2 years
Going
of,
on.
Yeah, first harvest.
of trying to do it. It's our
Okay,
first
so-
harvest season.
Challenging, like what's been your biggest challenge as a young farmer, a young entrepreneur so far in like the sod farm aspect of it?
Well, I would say definitely to begin with financials. Got to have the dough to go.
Yeah, barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Dough to go.
When we decided we wanted to have a
That's what
sod
I always
farm,
said when they was trying to rodeo. But
Yeah.
I remember the day that we were within a week, and Zach said
we were 2 days out.
we were. I mean, just nervous as hell. It takes a lot to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And our mom, she does our books, and she's the reason we're here. Shout out to mom and dad.
It's a good job.
We're scared shitless. We're like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Zach's pushing the limit all the time. He's like, let's go. And I'm sitting here on my ass, like, big risk.
Mm-hmm.
And mom said, do it. What are you scared of?
Your
So
mom
we're-
and my mom are completely different people.
So we went for it, and we're sitting here with not the proper equipment to make this shit go
Yeah.
down.
Mm-hmm.
And I come up to you, I'm calling, hey, I need a damn roller. I don't know what else. We need a damn skid steer, and I don't know what all. There was a bunch of
you
shit
need a
that
skid
came
steer
to
and a gravel bucket and the heaviest smooth drum roller.
Yeah, we ran that shaker.
And I didn't know anything about sod farms, but when y'all called me for a 30,000-pound smooth drum roller, I'm like,
are you
"You on the
sure?"
road business? What's going on?" They're like, "No, we're gonna start a sod farm." I'm like, "What? You got to make it hard first, or what?" You know. And
So we didn't find a roller. Sterling goes, hey, I found one. He wants $500 for it, and all these other ones were looking at like $10,000. I'm like, well, let's go look at it. We drive out there to Holscher's place, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
it
oh,
looks like it's
shit.
$500.
Yeah, we drug it around the full first day before we
In
got
a
the
pickup.
Then we rented the roller the
Yeah.
second day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
what's
because
funny-
my deal was like, I'd hate like you don't go rent our roller, like our big ass roller, for 2 weeks and it be way more than you needed.
Oh,
you
that
know?
shit
Yeah.
was the best grass where
Yeah.
we rented that roller.
That second
Yeah.
half was a lot better.
That other deal, I ended up building a scraper on it next morning, pulled a welder out there about 6 in the morning and just welded some shit on it. It was so tight, I put some I-beam behind it.
Mhm.
And there was like a seam around that barrel.
Mhm.
And it just, and the whole time we're pulling, I was like, fuck, the hell with this. We're going to get that roller.
We
But,
planted that grass that night
we got
until
done.
11 a.m. the next
No,
morning.
that was the first night. The second night, we got the roller, and my buddy shows up, case of beer,
Oh,
and
cool.
I paid him to help run the skid steer, load the Sprigger,
Mhm.
and all that. And that truck was supposed to be there right before dark.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 6 or 7 p.m.
Showed up at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we're balls to the wall. That pivot's catching up. Like, we got to get it in the ground in front of the pivot.
Before the pivot gets there.
And we just ran and ran and ran. And that roller, the tractor's nice. He's sitting in a John Deere 8R, whatever, pulling a Sprigger, just
Mhm.
waving at me every time I go by in that roller, just rocking. It's 11 in the morning. I'm like, holy shit. Dad pulls up. Like, what the hell are y'all
He looked
doing?
at
Like,
us pretty funny that morning.
So
he
that's
thought it was funny as shit.
Yeah,
there's
there's
no
no
suspended
suspended front end on a roller.
And my buddy, when he'd get done loading the Sprigger, he'd come get on, and he'd
Sit
say,
on
I
a beer
brought a
cooler.
bucket and a cooler, and we drank beer and rolled all night.
Well, what-
Until 11 in the morning we finished.
So what was funny is Strowman called me and he goes, "Hey, I need you to take the haul truck drivers out of town or on vacation or something like that." And he was like, "You need to take this roller out for Weishuhn Brothers." I said, "What the hell they gonna do with this roller?" And he goes, "I don't know, something about sprigging some grass or something."
Oh, that was like several months later.
No, this was the second
Yeah.
day 2.
Well, there was one time we had leased that roller, and you brought it out there.
We leased 2 of them.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you?
Yeah, because then we had the one
You
that
dragged
brought
Sprigger.
on
You took it
Applecade
the
out
second
there.
time.
Was it
Yeah.
second time?
Yeah.
Well, when I took it out there, I had Kate Thornton with me.
Yeah.
And she goes, "So what are we doing?" I said, "To be honest with you, I don't
That's right.
really know what they're doing. I know they got some piglets and they raised some show pigs and they're doing something with grass." And we get out there and I'm like, "I don't know what these boys are doing, but they are motivated."
Yeah.
Hey, when you got
Back-
money on the line,
Back to the front of that story, starting before you're ready It's something I always.
Zach,
I get us in trouble every once in a while. But if you're not pushing that limit to like get started or start that next project,
Zach says start before you're ready, and I'm like,
start before you're ready is a scary situation.
Absolutely.
But we wouldn't have
When
a starter
you-
farm if we didn't start before we're ready because we
We
had
weren't.
no equipment, no funds.
You know that same guy you're sprinkling the grass at Yola, Marty? I think he called me like 2 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? Like, I'm still cutting wheat.
oh hell yeah, they were combining
It was
wheat.
shitty wheat.
No, it was
Took
good
about
wheat.
3 hours.
It was about 100 bushel wheat, but it had weeds in it because it was real wet.
Yeah, I kept choking
Right
up.
there while we were trying to harvest, and some weeds come up in it.
Mhm.
And I think Jake went home and Dad went and got in it, and 2 was pretty late to combine. I mean, we ran late.
Get
a
up
lot,
lower
but
moisture.
when the weeds are in it, that's late. And Dad choked the entire machine up front to back.
No, this is a harvest at his own place.
This was over at Finney's farm.
Well, you're on the wrong field.
No, you're on the wrong. And the next
Whatever.
morning, I'm right, ain't I?
Yeah,
I'm
right.
because 11 in the morning I get off
Dad
the damn
calls
roller.
us.
Dad calls us. He said, "Hey, I need y'all to come help me," and I'm still like rocking. I mean, it's horrible. I'm drunk and rocking, and he calls me, and I show up to the combine. He's got the doors pulled open, that rotor's open, and he is just digging, and it's just wheat straw. The entire
All over
rotor,
him.
right there before the choppers, everything. I mean, it was horrible. And I pull up, I got the funniest damn video. This old goat, 69, 68 years old at the time, is just wheat chaff and straw. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he
pulled
just-
up and I said, fuck this.
But yeah, so then I had to dig that out. And I was like, I'm ready for a nap. And he could get your ass in there.
Yeah.
We sat in the combine until the next evening.
Well, I knew y'all were running candles lit at both ends when I was pouring that bridge project up here in town, and y'all's pickup just screaming by, and,
Yeah.
and the windows rolled
I
down, and
remember
somebody's hanging out just hollering. And I look over at the
We were-
textile inspector and I said, "Hey, I think they're screaming for you." And then this, work hand goes, "No patrón." They know you.
Harry! No, that was not work. That was headed to Blaine's.
Yeah. I mean,
That was
probably was.
after work. That was
Yeah.
probably still about. We don't get done until late. It was
It was
probably
like-
10:30,
We
11,
didn't
or
start- we didn't start pouring those bridge decks until we didn't start the trucks rolling up until 11, 12 o'clock at night.
that's when we
So-
got off and we were going to the bar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw somebody's cheeks hanging out the window. But
Who would have been with us? I think I recall. Yeah, it was.
I'm Sterling,
I'm Harrison.
and this is Hard on the Paint by Big Country Equipment.